Now you can see that we've got the medicine cabinet in. It's a surface mount cabinet. Now if you decide to go with a recessed one that fits into the wall, then you're going to have to put an opening in the framing like you would a window. And that's kind of hard to do. Anyway, we decided it wasn't worth it.
Now to install the toilet, I put the flange bolts on the flange already, and I'm putting a wax ring over the horn. Set this thing on the top and then press it in real well so I can flip the toilet right side up. We're all ready for installation. Okay.
Here, I'll get out of the way. Need any help with that?
No, I got it. That's fine. Okay, now that I have this over the flange bolts, I want to put some weight on it. Now, you don't want to rock it back and forth. You just want to get everything sealed in and check for level.
And sometimes people attach the incoming power cable directly to the light fixture using a cable connector. But we've been told it's best to use a junction box. So now I'm just pulling the leads through the hole, and then I'll screw the plate to the junction box using these screws, and then I'll screw it down to our wooden box.
Okay, and now that everything's level, I can go ahead and put the nuts on the flange bolts. Alright, so first we get this little guy down, then the washer, and our nut over the top. Hand tighten this down a little ways, get everything all kind of lined up on top. Okay. You want to be real careful with this. You can over tighten these and end up cracking the toilet, so easy does it. That should do it.
Well, I wrapped the ground wire around a screw on the back plate. Right now I'm just hooking up the hot wires coming out of the fixture with the hot wires coming out of the wall. That's the black wires, and then I'll do the same thing with the white wires, which are the neutral wires. There we go.
We're ready to attach the tank now to the top of the bowl. This black gasket is the thing that will provide the watertight seal between the tank and the bowl. The way we'll attach this is with these 3 bolts coming out the bottom of the tank. Excuse me, that's right. So I'll set this on top of the toilet, and we'll screw it right down through. Those lined up. And again, this is another one of these things you don't want to tighten down too hard. Get that thing attached. There we go.
Okay, now that all the connections are made, just get these wires out of the way, and then put this front plate back on. This out. There we go. And that's held in place by these collar nuts. There we go. Right now I'm wiring up the outlets and switches. Building codes say that any outlet adjacent to the sink must be a ground fault circuit interrupt outlet, and they call it a GFCI. You'll find these in areas of the home where there's moisture. A GFCI gives you extra protection against shock. Now, these are wired up in a very specific way. The incoming power gets connected to the line terminals. That's these right here, it's marked line. And then there's these load terminals. Anything that gets hooked up to that also gets GFCI protection. So I'm hooking up the cable that goes to the outlet on the other side of the sink to the load side. It's kind of tricky. Get that back in there. Oh, there we go. As a final touch for your bathroom, you'll need to apply caulk in several places. Between the floor and the toilet, between the floor and the tub, and between the tub and the tile. Use masking tape to keep excess caulk off the finished surfaces as you smooth the caulk down.
Silicone sealant works well to glue accessories to tile and to wallboard. You can use thick double-stick tape on the back to hold them in place while the silicone sets up, or you can use masking tape on the front. Okay, I got the new supply light on. Now we can test it out.
this is the GFCI installed. You need to test these once a month. That's what these two little buttons are for. Test and reset. You can see that these lights are hooked up to the GFCI. The lighting above the sink is pretty important. Most people tend to agree that what you need is a soft, even incandescent light around the mirror. You don't want a fluorescent light because the color can be misleading, and you don't want a recessed light above the sink because that can cast a shadow over your face. What you need is either a light bar or group of lights on either side of the mirror or above the mirror.
All right, well, we had the exhaust fan installed. It's a real quiet one. It operates at 1.5 sones. I'll turn it on so you can hear it. Now, this is a little pilot light on the switch so you can see it whether it's on or off. Now, it also has an overhead light and a night light, which operates at 5 watts. Now, another thing you want to be concerned about fans is how much air they can move. You want a fan that can turn over the air in this space 8 times per hour. Now, this one operates at 110 cubic feet per minute, so that means it can turn over the air in this space about 12 times per hour, which is pretty good.
Well, that's about it. Obviously, what we've done in here isn't going to answer all your questions about bathroom remodeling, but hopefully we've given you some good basics and some good design ideas.